Welcome to the John and Heidi Show podcast.
John and Heidi.
Here's John and Heidi.
Thanks for listening to the John and Heidi Show on a Tuesday. Hey, baby, how you doing?
I am fantastic. How are you?
I'm doing well. I'm excited. It's a Tuesday. Every Tuesday, we reach out and talk to my father-in-law.
We get to call my dad.
Yeah, that's your daddy. We talk to him. It's a thing we call Tuesdays with Charlie, and we do that every week, and it's always a lot of fun.
Love my dad.
I do, too. He's a good guy. I've got a quote for you here, Heidi. You ready for this?
I am ready.
Embrace what you don't know, especially in the beginning, because what you don't know can become your greatest asset. It ensures that you will absolutely be doing things differently from everybody else. Sarah Blakely.
Alrighty.
Yeah, there you go. So embrace what you don't know, folks. And I don't know what that is because I just don't know. But we'll embrace it.
Okay.
And we'll tell you what we do know in a bit. We've got some really cool things going on today. That is on the way on the John and Heidi Show.
John and Heidi.
Many people make extra money working from home. They find a product and they market it to earn extra income. I know what you're thinking. I just don't have the time or personality to do sales. Well, you don't have to. We have a business builder program to make our program super easy. You can sign up for this work from home business and let us help you build it. We run ads on radio stations like this one, and we help people like you learn how to earn extra monthly income. Call us toll free at 1-800-975-7592. See how easy it can be to have your own business. 1-800-975-7592.
Today is a special day, Heidi. Do you know what today is?
What is today, John?
I thought you'd never ask. It's Tuesday, July the 11th. Today is Bowdler's Day. It's also Cheer Up the Lonely Day. So if you know somebody that's lonely, guess what we're supposed to do?
Cheer them up.
Yeah, today is a good day to do that. Today is Day of the 5 Billion, National Rainier Cherries Day, Slurpee Day, 7-Eleven Day. Oh, 7-Eleven's birthday today. On 7-Eleven. I get it now. So July, that's why they call it that? Huh. World Population Day and Chick-fil-A's Cow Appreciation Day.
I thought it was called 7-Eleven because they were open 7 days a week, 11 hours a day.
Really?
I don't know. Yeah, I did.
Why would it be 11 hours a day? They're
Why
open
not?
way more than that.
Well,
24
I don't
hours
think
a
in the
day.
beginning they were.
I think they were.
I don't think they were always.
See,
most places were not 24 hours a day.
I thought they were from 7 a.m. to 11 p.m., 7 to 11. I thought that's what it was. But 7 days a week, 11 hours a day.
Isn't 7 a.m. to 11 p.m. Isn't that 11 hours?
No, there'd be more than that.
Are you sure?
Positive. 7
7
a.m.
to
to
7
7
is
would be-
12.
All right,
Yeah.
hey, let's just move on. It is.
Maybe it was 7 to 11.
Thanks for listening on this special day.
John and Heidi.
It's 2017. Are you still getting your movies and TV the way we did last century? Quit overpaying for old technology. For just $20 per month, you get live news, live sports, live channels filled with movies, and more, all for just $20 per month. You can also stream movies and TV shows, so you can binge watch every episode of your favorite TV show. Learn more now at channelsurfertv.com. Get movies and TV for a low monthly fee at channelsurfertv.com.
You know it's true because you heard it on the radio. An Alexandria, Louisiana woman tried to outrun officers, thinking police could not arrest her once she made it home.
You think you're safe because you're at your house?
Yeah, it's like,
I'm
exit
safe.
free. I'm here. You can't touch me now. Yeah, Renata Fells, I cannot believe this is true, but it really truly happened. She told officers that she had seen that happen on a television show. Fells also did not stop because she did not want her car impounded, but once she pulled into her driveway, officers from 4 agencies surrounded and arrested Fells on charges of speeding, aggravated flight from an officer, reckless operation of a vehicle, and failure to yield to an emergency vehicle. Fells had pulled into her driveway and got out as if nothing happened. And when she was surrounded, they said,
like, "What?
You can't do this. I'm home now." Okay, but I'm home, so now you have to leave me alone. I made it home.
Not the way it works.
Okay. I would just love to have been there to see this. I can't even believe somebody would really think that.
Well,
What would she have seen that on television?
She clearly probably doesn't surround herself with very smart people to
Apparently
begin
not. She
with,
said
and they
she
gave
saw-
her very bad advice.
Well, she said she saw it on television. Speaking of bad advice, here's the thing. I want to just give everybody some advice. If you are ever pulled over by the police, just comply with what they say.
Exactly.
I've
All
seen
these
videos.
morons.
Oh, I've seen videos online. There was a young lady that was talking about being a
I'm a free inhabitant or
I
some
was like,
stupid
are you kidding
garbage
me?
like
and
that.
she's like, according to this law, she's like stating some law. I'm a free inhabitant. I don't have to obey your speed limits because
you do.
It doesn't matter where you're from.
No.
If you're here, if you're driving a vehicle on the road in this country, you need to obey the laws of this country, whether you're a free inhabitant or not. And in order to, one of the laws to drive on the roads in this country is to have a license. And they're saying they don't have to give you a license. I'm like, just obey the traffic laws, and you're not going to have a problem. So just do what they say.
I like to watch those videos of the stupid people trying to be
I'm like,
dumb.
and I've seen them.
And it's like I'm Beavis and Butthead all of a sudden. I'm watching them like, taser, taser, taser.
And on that fancy note, you know it's true because you heard it, sadly, on the radio.
John and Heidi.
Each day at this time, we talk about people doing dumb things under the influence, but addiction is no laughing matter. If you or someone you know needs help, there's a toll-free number you can call.
1-800-438-0380.
That's the Addiction Hope and Helpline.
1-800-438-0380.
And this is your brain on drugs. Kind of a short story today. Pennsylvania shoplifter stuffed a $60 bottle of vodka into his pants and then walked out of the store.
Hey, if you're going to steal classy.
Got caught. $60 for a bottle of vodka?
60, that's a nice bottle
Is that
of
what
vodka.
it is? How much? I haven't bought
I mean,
vodka
there are
in a
way
while.
more expensive bottles
Are
of
there
vodka.
really?
Oh, yeah.
How much is, do you drink vodka? Do we have vodka at our house?
We have like $4 vodka.
$4 vodka. Okay, I was just going to make
The
sure.
stuff that you can also use to remove the sticky stuff off of new bottles of shampoo.
Like, trying to get this sticker off. Oh, hey, I got some vodka.
I got vodka. We'll
Perfect
just
for
use
that. It's also good to remove paint, and get gum out of your hair,
Take wallpaper off the wall.
clean the rug. It's kind of an all-purpose vodka. Anyway, this dude stole a $60 bottle of vodka and got caught doing it, and that's what happens when your brain is on drugs.
John and Heidi.
Now your moment of duh. Did not take the CSI team to crack this case. Police in Cincinnati charged Nathan McFarland, but it was pretty easy. He left a lot of clues behind when he robbed a KFC. One of the things that he left behind was his wallet. That doesn't really...
Why did you rob a KFC?
I don't know. Although
He should hang out with the guy stealing the $90 vodka.
Yeah,
'cause
it was
at least
$60.
that guy had class.
$60 vodka.
At least that guy
This
had
guy,
some class.
he literally left behind his entire billfold, which had his photo ID, his social security card, his birth certificate. He's been charged with 3 counts of armed robbery. Here's my question. Who walks around with their social security card and their birth certificate? That is a bad idea to carry those things with you everywhere you go.
Maybe he was applying for a job.
Yeah, while I was here, I'm going to just rob the place instead. Never mind. I need money. Instead of a job, I'm going to just rob the place. Well, the Cincinnati's finest got the guy in custody, and all is well.
John and Heidi.
I'm John Small. Ever since I was a little fat kid, my nickname has been Big John Small. Well, I decided it was time to do something about that. When I first stepped on the scale, a little over a month ago, it said overload. That was kind of scary. After about a week, it said 336. Then a week later, 326. Now, less than 316. I've lost over 20 pounds in about a month, and I did it with the delicious pink drink. It's been super easy, and if you'd like to try it for free, go to the website pinkdrinkfree.com. They'll mail you some free samples and the details on how to get more if you like it. That's pinkdrinkfree.com.
John and Heidi.
Now your scoop of the day. The British Parliament has relaxed their dress code, making neckties now optional. So apparently in the past, to be in the Parliament, you had to wear a necktie.
I wonder if they still have to wear the wigs.
I don't know. It's much more fancy there, apparently. Mm-hmm. Because do they have to wear
Attorneys
neckties?
and things, they have to wear.
This is Parliament. We're talking like Congress. Do they have to wear neckties in Congress?
Yeah, I believe.
Do they really?
I believe they do.
Well,
It's not like
there
they
you
show
go.
up in Bermuda shorts and
Every once in a while.
no.
You see them coming in flip-flops.
Never.
Like, I got a busy weekend. Let's vote. I'm going to just say yes to everything. I'm out of here.
No, never.
New study finds that most extramarital affairs are carried on by older Americans. Really? So the older you are, the more likely you are to cheat on your spouse. Well, that sucks because I'm getting older every day. But Heidi, good news. I'm not going to cheat on you. A lot of reasons. First reason is
I would kill you.
No, that's like the
would.
third reason. But the first reason
It's
is
a very good reason.
But the first reason is because I love you and I'm not interested in anyone else. And then the second reason is even if I was interested in somebody else, I still love you, and I'll be like, what does she have that Heidi doesn't have? Because Heidi's got everything. And then third reason is you have a gun and I sleep next to you, and you would kill me. So third reason. There's a lot of tips out there, and even some smartphone apps to help you remember a child in the back seat of your car. We just talked about
How
an
sad
app.
is that? There was just another one just the other day.
Well, there's a guy that has a really, really, really good idea. This is the best idea I've heard, and guess how much it costs?
Nothing.
It's free.
It should be free if it's something that can
This
help
is free,
children.
and it could save lives. There's a guy that came up with this idea.
That's fantastic.
The best idea ever. It's not an app. You don't even need to have any technology. His concept is you leave something in the back seat that you cannot leave the car without, and here's what he does.
Like your child?
That too, but he takes off his left shoe. So when he gets in the car,
that's a good idea.
he puts the kid in the car, takes off his left shoe, and sits his left shoe back there. So now when he gets out of the car to walk into the store, to go into his office, to go
That's a
wherever,
very good idea.
he gets out and realizes, oh, I got to grab my shoe. Oh, and maybe I should get my kid too. What a great idea.
Yeah, that is a good idea.
It is a fantastic idea. Anyway, he says ladies could leave their purse back there. If you have a backpack that you take into the office or wherever, you could leave that back there.
That's a great idea.
Even a cell phone back there. I just think that's a really cool idea, and it costs nothing, and it literally is saving lives.
Don't
so that's
you
a good
think
idea.
that we should fix whatever is wrong in our society that is causing this to
Yeah.
happen? Because it's never happened.
Well, it has.
Before.
But here's the thing.
But not like when our parents were young and when we were young.
The problem, Heidi, is the attention. People have like attention
That's
deficit.
what I'm saying.
Our entire
whatever
society.
is causing that needs to be fixed. Don't you think?
Oh, that'd be great, but it's not going to happen.
There's got to be a way.
Well, yeah. There's probably an app for that. So.
Maybe getting rid of some of the technology.
Yeah, I don't think that's going to happen. I like this idea, though. So if you've got a child, take off your left shoe. Don't give it to the kid to play with in the backseat. That's just a problem looking for a place to happen there. But when you get out of the vehicle, you'll realize you're not, wearing your shoe, and then you'll make sure you don't have a problem. So, next story over here. A guy in Indiana broke into an auto parts store by kicking a hole through the wall. A neighbor called the police. The police arrived to find the man half in and half out of this hole. All that kicking must have got him tired. He fell asleep, hanging through the hole, going into the parts store. We have talked about numerous people.
Say, of all the things you could break into,
I know. What are you going to steal in a parts store?
I'd rather break into a KFC. I gotta say, that other guy isn't looking so silly right about now.
Yeah, we had a guy earlier. For those of you wondering, had a guy earlier that broke into a KFC, so that's why. Coming up in a bit, we've got someone special to talk to. It's her daddy. We've got Tuesdays with Charlie on the way.
John and Heidi.
I know it's hot out now. It's the middle of summer.
But imagine how cold it will be in November.
That's when we're going to go to Punta Cana in the Dominican Republic.
We'd love it if you'd join us.
There's a week-long event called 80s in the Sand with a bunch of great music from bands like Loverboy, Starship, Night Ranger, and more.
Plus, you get to meet 80s icons like Anthony Michael Hall, Andrew McCarthy, and so many more.
If you'd like to join us for this great time, go to 80sinthesand.com.
Use promo code RADIO to save $200 per person.
That's 80sinthesand.com. And it's time for my favorite program, something we do every week at this time. We pick up the phone and we call my father-in-law for a little program we like to call
Tuesdays with Charlie.
How you doing, Charlie?
It's Tuesday.
It is. Tuesdays are always fun because they have Charlie involved.
Yes, that's what's so good about Tuesday.
The best part of your Tuesday.
Yeah, there you go.
So what kind of cool stuff we can learn about today?
Hey, you drink coffee, right?
Of course.
Did you know that drinking 2 cups of coffee daily has been found to drop the risk of suicide by 50% compared to non-coffee drinkers?
Really?
So everybody should drink coffee.
Well, yeah.
Exactly.
And I drink a lot of it, and I pee a lot of it.
I used to drink a lot more than I drink now. I don't drink a whole lot of coffee now.
You drink more in the winter than you do the summer.
Yeah, for sure.
Hey, then Teddy Roosevelt, you know who he was?
Yes, I loved Teddy Roosevelt.
Did you know he's the only U.S. president that is confirmed to have a tattoo?
Really?
Really?
What was his tattoo of? Do you know?
Well, I don't know where it was at.
Wait till I become president.
They can't show that.
Not going to happen.
The tattoos is the president.
Yeah. When she's running for president, I'll be the first one to come out and oppose that.
Hey, then, did you know that the Queen of England owns a McDonald's drive-through restaurant?
I heard that.
Yes. She should own a Burger King, though, don't you think?
Or a Dairy Queen.
Oh, McDonald's.
Well, I mean, just because she's
Royalty.
monarchy.
Yeah.
Oh. Hey, then, I'm going to give you a little medical public announcement here.
All right, what's that?
Okay, most people get headaches because they're dehydrated.
So if you have a headache, you should drink water first?
So before you reach for a pain reliever, drink a glass of water, preferably with black velvet in it. They say drink plenty of water, and I do.
All right.
Huh. John thinks he gets headaches because he needs a haircut.
I do get headaches because I need a haircut.
What's that got to do with it?
Exactly.
I don't
Thank
know.
you. It has nothing to do with anything.
Oh, I got a headache. I better go get a haircut.
Yeah, he takes some aspirin and then he cuts his hair and he's like, see, I told you it was my hair.
You know that humans only need to shower every 2 to 3 days?
Really? Humans only need a shower every 2 to 3 days?
It says a daily shower can cause irritated and cracked skin.
And if you don't take a daily shower, it can cause irritated people around you.
This is true.
Hey, then, this last thing is just because if you care.
Okay.
Dogs are able to see their own farts.
Really?
Really?
Yep. That's why they do that, and then they're looking around right away. Ooh, look at that. That's a good one.
I did not know that.
You know, I can honestly say I've never noticed either of our dogs fart or smelled a fart from our dogs. Have you?
No, I've never.
No, I haven't. Honest to God.
Our dogs are unique creatures. They probably don't do that.
I know what they do. The one farts and blames it on the other one.
She does and then points her tail at her. It was her.
Yeah, it was her. It wasn't me. Okay, that's all I got.
Well, you ready for a question from me?
I think I can answer it.
All right, I got a good question for you here. What was the price of the first TV guide? So the very first ever issue of the TV guide, how much did it cost back when it came out?
15 cents.
You are absolutely right. How did you know that?
Dad!
Oh, ring the bell.
You still have a copy of it, do you?
Got it right here. I'm going through it right now.
That was absolutely right. 15 cents.
What a guess.
That was a very good guess.
How does it feel to get something right?
It's been a long time coming.
You want to press your luck and try another one?
I know.
Let him go out on a high note.
Okay. Well, we will certainly reach out and talk to you again next week then. How's that sound?
That sounds like a winner.
All right.
Bye, Daddy.
Bye, Fluff. Bye, John.
Bye-bye. My father-in-law right there. We talk to him every Tuesday just because we can. It's a little program we like to call
Tuesdays with Charlie.
John and Heidi.
Are you enjoying your summer, or are you worrying about this fall and how you're going to pay for college? A few years ago, a young man named Matthew was having those same worries. Then he went to work to find as many grants and scholarships as he could find, and he got a $70,000 top-rate education for free. Now he's showing you how to do it too. FreeEducationUniversity.com can help you find ways to get your schooling paid for, and right now you can get this information for less than half the regular price. Use promo code RADIO1000 to save $1,000 at FreeEducationUniversity.com.
John and Heidi.
Fun fact for you, Heidi.
What's that, John?
You done drinking over there?
I am.
I realized right in the midst of the fun. I was going to even drag it out a bit. Fun fact for you, Heidi.
What's that, John?
Pilgrims would not eat lobsters, even though, they were right there.
They thought they were rats of the sea.
They thought they were giant insects.
Yeah.
Yeah, they were insects of the sea. Yeah. Fun fact for you, Heidi.
What's that, John?
Black-eyed peas are actually not peas at all. They're beans. So there you go.
I don't like black-eyed peas.
I've never had them. Fun fact for you, Heidi.
What's that, John?
Shredded wheat was the first ready-to-eat breakfast cereal.
I love shredded
I do
wheat.
too.
My
It's
dad
really-
used to make fun of me. I would
that's
eat
good
it
stuff.
every morning. Even when I was little, I would eat it, and it's like old people food.
Oh, it's not either.
But
It's
it
good
was
food.
so good. And
Yeah.
my dad would always be, it looks like you're eating a bowl of hay.
It does kind of like a bowl of hay.
It was so good.
It is good, and it's really good with a lot of sugar on it.
Yeah, well, yeah, you have to have sugar on it. Otherwise, it's like eating a bowl of hay.
A little bit of wheat, shredded wheat, and a half a scoop of sugar for each little wheat. And our final fun fact for you, Heidi.
What's that, John?
You're most likely to lose your hearing than any other sense if you're struck by lightning. So if you're struck by lightning, chances are you wouldn't lose your sight, you wouldn't lose your sense of smell, but you would lose your hearing more so than any other sense.
If you had to choose one sense to lose, what one would it be?
I
if
don't-
you had to, if you were forced to, you had to
Taste.
pick one.
Taste.
What?
I'd lose my sense of taste.
Oh my god!
I'd probably lose a lot of weight too.
No way.
I want to see things, or my sense of smell, maybe. I don't know, but I want to
would
see and I want to
lose
hear.
my sense of touch.
Oh well, no.
Because
I want to be able to hug you and feel you hug me back.
Because if you're touching, like, a benefit of having sense of touch is if you get burnt, you can feel it and you move your hand away or whatever.
Yeah.
But if you can't feel it,
I'm like, yeah, your leg's on fire. That's fine. I can't feel it.
I can't feel. I don't have a sense of touch.
We need to move on. A couple of fun facts right there, brought to you by pinkdrinkfree.com. Not just another diet, it's a way of life. That's pinkdrinkfree.com.
John and Heidi.
I'm John Small. Ever since I was a little fat kid, my nickname has been Big John Small. Well, I decided it was time to do something about that. When I first stepped on the scale, a little over a month ago, it said overload. That was kind of scary. After about a week, it said 336. Then a week later, 326. Now, less than 316. I've lost over 20 pounds in about a month, and I did it with the delicious pink drink. It's been super easy, and if you'd like to try it for free, go to the website pinkdrinkfree.com. They'll mail you some free samples and the details on how to get more if you like it. That's pinkdrinkfree.com.
John and Heidi.
Thanks for listening to the John and Heidi Show on a Tuesday. Police in Minnesota got the word out. They said, don't stop and take selfies with dead bears on the side of the road.
Because it might not be dead.
No, doesn't matter. They were causing traffic problems. I think it's funny that they had to tell people this.
I probably would have stopped.
The
to take a
safety
picture
reminder
with a dead bear.
was necessary after a dead black bear was laying on the side of a...
not dead?
No, he was laying on the side of a state highway. Authorities received multiple calls about cars that stopped to snap photos with this carcass.
So?
And other motorists were calling saying, hey, they were swerving over to take the photo, causing traffic problems. People are stopping. Hey, look, it's a dead bear. Let's get a photo with that. What is wrong with this generation?
I'm not
Are
of this
you serious?
generation. I would have stopped to take a picture with a dead bear.
You
How
would want
often
a
do you get
photo-
a picture with a dead bear?
Never, and I don't need one.
Thank you.
But
I'd
what
probably
would you-
take it home and stuff it. I'd
what
put
would
it in
you-
the backseat of the car.
And then he wakes up. What would you do with a photo of you and a dead bear? Would that be a Christmas card? I can't hardly bear
I
to
would
be
come
without
back to it, and then I would tie a get well balloon on his arm,
you. Yeah,
and
we
then
saw
take
that.
a picture.
I thought that was
with
pretty
a
funny.
dead bear.
There was a
was a deer on the side of the road.
It was
I
a
thought that was so brilliant. I was like, "That is fantastic."
get well balloon hanging off the side of a
Yeah.
dead. That's just wrong.
I would do that.
Poor deer. But this bear, a black
It was
bear.
a nice gesture. He was
Yeah.
wishing him well.
Yeah, it's a well wisher. Sure, that's what we're going to call it. Police in Minnesota had to get the word out last Tuesday, so a week ago, to quit taking photos with the dead bear on the side of the road. And I think
guess
it's
I
just,
wasn't even aware there were bears in Minnesota.
apparently, well, yeah, northern Minnesota. I don't know
Really?
that they're all they not right in the heart of Minneapolis or anything. But did you see that? What was it?
Well, I guess that's-
a bear.
I
It's
mean,
kind of crazy.
I don't know.
It's at the Mall
I
of
had no
America.
clue there were
Never seen a
bears in
bear at the Mall of
Minnesota.
America. Anyway, be careful out there and don't take photos with dead animals on the side of the road. Even if your local police aren't telling you, I'm telling you.
John and Heidi.
It's 2017. Are you still getting your movies and TV the way we did last century? Quit overpaying for old technology. For just $20 per month, you get live news, live sports, live channels filled with movies, and more, all for just $20 per month. You can also stream movies and TV shows, so you can binge watch every episode of your favorite TV show. Learn more now at channelsurfertv.com. Get movies and TV for a low monthly fee at channelsurfertv.com.
John and Heidi.
A new study reveals that fish living near wastewater treatment plants have been found to contain various medicines designed to treat cholesterol, allergies, high blood pressure, bipolar disorder, and depression. So does that mean these fish are healthier because they're filled with all these medicines?
So don't go fishing near a waste
No, you should,
treatment
or just
plant.
eat those fish and it takes care of all your other problems. So, hey, your high blood pressure went away. What's going on?
have,
Eating more fish.
Read that like your pills don't digest, like people are excreting full pills.
Oh, yeah.
Like they take these pills,
Yeah.
vitamins and everything, and they just go right through you, and so you're wasting money.
Well,
really
not
on-
all of them, but there are some. I don't know what the answer is to all of that, but either way, this is during wastewater treatment plants anywhere in that vicinity. The fish that are living in the water near wastewater treatment plants Well, first of all, who's fishing there anyway? I mean,
Well,
why would you go fishing there? I don't think you should.
clearly
I mean,
somebody
apparently
was
somebody. Well, all the
rooting around there.
scientists were trying to rooting around and trying to see what's going on. But I'm
Thing
just saying,
is, those fish that are by there can swim away from there. So
Why-
if you're
yeah.
eating fish anywhere, really.
you'd think that those would be the dumbest fish because I'm going to hang out right here. Anyway, let's move on. Thanks for listening to the John and Heidi Show.
John and Heidi.
As if we needed it, but I have more good news for chocolate lovers. How many times?
Love
How many
chocolate.
times have I given more good news for chocolate lovers?
Like daily.
Well, not every day, but I guarantee you at least a dozen times we've had a story that says this for a headline, more good news for chocolate lovers. And this good news is we know dark chocolate may help our hearts. Now, a study in the Archives of Internal Medicine, they cite another benefit. People who ate dark chocolate often had lower body mass indexes. An ounce of dark chocolate, 70% Kayako dark chocolate. If you have that daily, you'll have a lower body mass index, according to this study. Here's the problem. I think that a lot of chocolate is what gave me a higher body mass index. Maybe I'm doing it wrong. I don't know. What am
You're
I
eating the wrong kind of chocolate.
And
We don't
probably
buy
way
the
too much.
super dark chocolate.
Yeah, because it says an ounce. You have an ounce a day. Really?
I mean, chocolate with levels that high, it's almost like using those baker's squares.
Really?
That's almost what it's
But
like.
here's the thing, Heidi. An ounce. 1 ounce.
Okay.
Have you ever known me to eat 1 ounce of anything?
No.
1 ounce of chocolate? No. I'm going to eat 6 pounds of chocolate. There's my problem right there.
John and Heidi.
I know it's hot out now. It's the middle of summer.
But imagine how cold it will be in November.
That's when we are going to go to Punta Cana in the Dominican Republic.
We'd love it if you'd join us.
There's a week-long event called 80s in the Sand with a bunch of great music from bands like Loverboy, Starship, Night Ranger, and more.
Plus, you get to meet 80s icons like Anthony Michael Hall, Andrew McCarthy, and so many more.
If you'd like to join us for this great time, go to 80sinthesand.com.
Use promo code RADIO to save $200 per person.
That's 80sinthesand.com. All right, Heidi, I have a story here. You get to tell me which one you want to hear. Do you want to hear a story about a woman who was going to jump off a building because she was so distraught, or do you want to hear about a 100-year-old man?
Let's go with the jumper.
Okay, well, the 100-year-old man will have to wait till tomorrow. So we'll go with this story right here. A woman in China was extremely distraught. So distraught, she threatened to jump off a building. She was distraught because she had exceeded her monthly smartphone data limit.
Oh.
Yeah, that's why she was so distraught.
That's a shame.
She did not jump. She went over her data limit because she had been watching soap operas on her phone, which ate up the data. Mm-hmm. And then she was going to jump off the building because she was so distraught. That's just crazy. You know what? I'm not even going to make people wait till tomorrow for the 100-year-old story. I'm going to give you that one right now, too. I feel like you chose the wrong one, Heidi. I'm blaming Heidi. You chose the wrong story.
It sounded more interesting.
Harold Hager was born. This almost became my good news, by the way, but I have good news that's even better. So Harold Hager was born in May of 1917. During his life, he served in the Navy during World War II. See, he's a Navy hero, Heidi, and you didn't choose him.
I love the Navy veterans.
Afterward, he spent
all of our veterans.
37 years working at Corning Glass Works. After his wife passed away in 2010, he just couldn't sit around, so he volunteered with Habitat for Humanity in western New York State, where he does everything from sorting screws to testing light fixtures. And for a second year in a row, Harold, he's 100 years old this year. He turned 100 a little over a month ago. He has volunteered more hours than anyone else in the organization.
Wow.
Isn't that cool?
That's very cool.
See how that almost became my good news for the day?
I can see that.
I think that could have been good news. And Heidi didn't even pick that. That was the unchosen story of the day. So I'm glad that there's somebody around here that cares about the veterans.
Oh, man. Don't even.
In all fairness, I did not say that it was a story about a veteran. I said it was a story about an old guy.
Don't even come after me
I
and
still
my
thought you were
vets.
gonna. All right. Coming up in a bit, we do have some good news. Some really good news that's on the way.
John and Heidi.
This portion of the John and Heidi Show is brought to you by the John and Heidi Show. That sounds kind of funny, but it's true. Go to your local radio station and ask them to start carrying the John and Heidi Show. Here's the best part. They can carry the show for free. They play a couple commercials, but it doesn't cost them anything every month. So if you know a radio station that could use a little bit of help, send them our way. Send them to johnandheidishow.com. Again, johnandheidishow.com. We would love to do a radio program in your community. Then you could listen to the podcast and listen to us on the radio.
John and Heidi.
I always like to wrap things up around here with some good news, and I think we've got some good news. And usually, when you start reading the good news stories, I always start out kind of sad. And then there's something in the story that makes things kind of happy or something kind of special. So the headline of the good news story, the first line says, a terminally ill 5-year-old girl has ticked her dream wedding off her bucket list after a touching ceremony with her best friend. It says here, Elida Patterson, who has a debilitating childhood cancer called neuroblastoma, made a list after being told that her condition was terminal. The 5-year-old ranked marrying her best friend, Harrison Geiger, he's 6 by the way, as the most important thing she had to do. Hundreds of well-wishers attended their fairy tale wedding on the weekend. Some of the guests traveled hundreds of miles to be there, and it is such an adorable story, and you can see all of the details on our Facebook page. By the way, I also shared the details about Harold, the guy, the 100-year-old guy that is a volunteer and volunteers all those hours. That's also on our Facebook page. So even though it wasn't the official good news for today, I got both of them on there because it was just a great story. Facebook.com/John and Heidi Show. It's really sad that this young girl has this debilitating illness, but how cool is it that she got to do something that she wanted to do? She's 5. Her best friend is 6, and they had a wedding, and I'm using air quotes when I say wedding.
That's what I was going to ask. Was it a wedding? Because this poor boy is.
It was a wedding, and I think everybody involved. You can read all the details online. You can see all about it, but everybody involved knew what was going on. But it was just a chance for her to have that day, her special day. And here's the thing.
That's
sometimes
awful. I couldn't imagine.
That would be so tough.
Here's
the
thing.
thing.
Go through something like that.
Sometimes doctors are wrong, and I hope that in this case that they were, and I hope that she's around to have her another wedding someday.
Right.
And it'd be awesome if her and Harrison, who's 6, if those two grow up to be, lifelong sweethearts and really, really, really long lives. That would be really cool. But again, that's our good news. Just a really neat thing that they did for this young girl. Facebook.com/John and Heidi Show. All the details are there. Time to say goodbye, Heidi.
Goodbye, Heidi.
Goodbye, everybody. Have a great day. Thanks for listening to the John and Heidi Show on a Tuesday.
Time now for a bonus break on the John and Heidi Show podcast.
John and Heidi.
Thank you so much for listening to the John and Heidi Show. We're right in the middle of the summer, and there's a lot of folks that have, fun special events, whether it's a family picnic or if it's just a fun get-together. And a lot of the time, it's one of those things where you're bringing a dessert. And I've got somebody on the line right now here, Jackson Colby. He's going to chat with us about some fun summer desserts, and he's with Wholly Wholesome. How you doing, sir?
Hey, very good. How you doing, John?
Fantastic. Now, when people are trying to come up with a fun summer easy dessert, and the key word there being easy, because you don't want to slave away in the kitchen when it's already hot outside. You want to come up with something simple and easy. What are some fun, simple, easy ways that people can whip together a dessert?
Well, there's a lot of different recipes that we have at wholywholesome.com that can help you out to get there. You have like traditional blueberry pie that you can do, an allergy-friendly apple pie, which would be awesome for someone to do, and we have blueberry and peach ham pies, which are kind of like if you're into Amish cooking, it's kind of like the fry pies that they do.
Oh.
Yeah, they're really easy to do. All you have to do is take some pie dough, you roll it out, put some peach preserves right in there, cover it up, boom, put it in the oven at 350 for a little bit, and there you go. You're good to go. In about 25 minutes, you're going to have yourself a peach ham pie.
That is really cool. And the neat thing is, that would be simple and easy to do, and this is something that if you've got the ingredients on hand, which doesn't sound like a lot of ingredients needed there, you could whip that together in a kind of a hurry even.
Oh yeah, and that's the whole thing. When you're planning to get together, just kind of make sure that you're just planning for something that's easy and simple to make. You don't want to be slaving away in that kitchen. You don't want to have to be there for a long period of time, and you want to make sure that you can make multiples of whatever you're making very shortly in a small amount of time, because that way you can get back to doing what you need to do, which is enjoying the summer. Absolutely.
And I'm on the website right now, wholywholesome.com, and I'll spell that because, there's probably a couple of different ways to spell it, but WHOLLY, WHOLESOME, wholywholesome.com. I'll have a link to that as well at facebook.com/John and Heidi Show, so you'll be able to easily click on there. But this is, you guys have a lot of things that are gluten-free, and that's something that there are more and more people looking for that right now, aren't there?
Oh, completely. Completely. I mean, and that's what you have to be gluten and allergen conscious in today's world. And all of our products are free of wheat, dairy, and soy, eggs, peanuts, tree nuts, fish, shellfish, and sesame. And it's good for you. I mean, that's the whole thing. Yeah, a lot of people don't even know that they have a gluten intolerance today, and this is something that. We kind of go in depth with on the website a little bit. We can talk more about that on there, so you can really look into how you're eating and make a difference in your life just by cutting out the gluten and making sure that your products are free of allergens.
And if that's something that is something that your family is concerned about, this is certainly a good group to work with, the folks at Wholly Wholesome. And I did a quick little check on the website here, whollywholesome.com, and I see that you guys are available in several places in Sioux Falls. It looks like about 6 different locations I can get it. A couple of the Hy-Vee stores, Pomegranate Market, Co-op Natural Foods, East Dakota Natural Food Co-op, and Your Fountain of Health. So several different places you can get those right in the Sioux Falls market. If you're listening in the Sioux City market, I'll have to punch in the zip code down there and check as well. But you can certainly do that as well at whollywholesome.com. And on that same website, you're going to find some recipes as well, won't you?
There is tons of recipes. We even have pizza dough that you can get and gluten-free fudge brownies. So check us out there, and hopefully you can get into doing some good baking this summer.
Absolutely. Well, Jackson, thank you so much for taking some time to chat with me, sir.
Thank you so much for having us on, and hopefully everybody can get out there and do some good eating this summer.
Absolutely. And I just clicked on the Sioux City zip code here, and I see there's at least one location in Sioux City that has them as well, the Hy-Vee on Hamilton. And I'll bet there's probably some others as well, but that's the one. I punched in my zip code down there, and it's a little further away. But if you search your zip code, they'll show you right where you can find it in your neighborhood. Again, whollywholesome.com. And I have a link at whollywholesome.com. I have a link at facebook.com/John and Heidi Show.